So, hi there. Sorry. I thought that, we're driving really, really slow. So I thought that I would do a farm update. I don't really have one to do. I don't have much to talk about. But we, our corner trucks are doing good. They're really ugly right now. They're to that stage where they have some feathers, but they're molting still, and just a few little spots. They look white and bald, and it's really cold here, and they're really getting too big for their brooder. But we're finishing up the fencing that we're using for we're putting them in our garden, and we're finishing up the fencing for that because my husband put it up on Sunday. I don't know if you follow the news, but here in Indiana on Sunday, we had, last I heard, 10 tornadoes. Well, at I think 1:30 or so, he went out there to do animals, and I hear all this pounding, and he's putting T-post into the ground and putting up a fence. And then, 2 hours later, we're in the closet hiding. So that was interesting, but that's how we are. But we got to get them out of their brooder. We have figured out that 46 chickens for our brooder is just too many. So maybe we'll try 40 or 35 next time. But, so they're doing good, eating like crazy. Man, those things will eat you out of house and home. I am not kidding. If we fed them every time their trough was empty, I would probably be out there every half an hour filling up their trough. And he even built them a longer trough to try to make it to where they didn't eat. We didn't have to go out there quite as often, because some days I work, and then he works every day pretty much except for Saturday and Sunday. So we just don't have the time to go out there every half an hour, every hour to fill the trough up. So they now have a 3-gallon water out there instead of the 1-gallon water that they had before. And so that's helped a lot with water. So we're only having to fill their water once a day rather than 2 or 3 times a day. Which works out. But it's just horrible. So they're getting way too big for that area. And then we have taken on some chickens. We had a friend that was told that he can no longer have chickens in his town. So we took on his chickens. And then there was somebody, my husband's on a Facebook page for Central Indiana. And somebody had a quote-unquote sick chicken. And so we took her on. And right now she's away from the other chickens because she was beat up at the last place she was at by the chickens for being different. And well, she's still different. Her comb looks funny because my husband put blue on it and it was tore up. So we have her quarantined until her comb grows back better and she doesn't look quite as different. But our chickens are doing good. We're actually doing really good on egg production. We've quit selling eggs because around this time last year we had to buy eggs. But we will get, our egg production is like a big giant wave. One day we'll get 4 eggs, the next day we'll get 12. And then we'll get none. And so it's very, very sporadic. And they started this, a couple months ago. But we do the piling, so we don't scoop out the floor. We pile more wood chips on top. And it's supposed to be really good for the winter too, because while it's composting creates heat, and so that'll help them stay warm in there. But that is what we're doing, and they have started burying their eggs in the compost. It's not really compost, because it's just not composty looking. That sounded really intelligent. But in the wood chips, they have started burying their eggs. So you now have to like kick around the wood chips to find eggs. And then our rabbits, we have discovered that one of our new moms, she's had a litter before, but it was my fault. I didn't know the litter, I forgot the litter was coming, and she lost the whole litter. And this time, in 3 days, she lost her entire litter. She wasn't feeding them or anything. She just was not taking care of them. So, she gets 2 more tries. That's how we do it at our house. They get 3 shots at it. And if they don't catch on, I mean, she was not doing anything. It was horrible. I felt bad for the babies. And we didn't even have the opportunity to figure out what was going on. Because every time we went out there, it was a time that they wouldn't necessarily be feeding. So, their bellies were never hard, but that wasn't completely abnormal for that time of day. So, we didn't even have a chance to try to feed them ourselves. But we think, my husband believes he walked in on a rabbit giving birth last night. So that's pretty much all we have right now. We were concerned about our buck for a little while because none of our does were having any litters, but I think I just wasn't leaving them in there long enough, because I breed every 2 weeks, even if they, well, not every 2 weeks, but so they have a litter, and then 2 weeks later I breed them. So I think I wasn't leaving them in there long enough, because I would do like during the day and then put them back in at night and then do during the day again. Wow, this place is packed. So that was that. But that's pretty much all. So have a blessed day. Bye.